But I mean, I made like one joke yesterday and I already lost like 2,000 followers. So
Damn.
I'm sure once I post my opinions on everything going on in the, Israel-Palestine situation, I'll lose like 10,000 more. But that's okay.
Yeah, they want everyone to pick a side, and as soon as you do, you lose a bunch of following and you get a ton of hate.
Yeah, and
no matter what
I
side.
don't pick sides.
Yeah.
That's the one thing I don't understand. I'm like, so you guys have followed me for this long, and I've said that every government on earth is inherently corrupt, and then as soon as it's this, you guys expect me to literally take a side of a government and post a flag when that goes against everything I've been talking about and I don't believe for multiple years.
Yeah.
Which I'm like, so you don't know me or understand the content at all. And it's also, it's very bully. It's a very bully mentality. I've never had so many hateful messages come my way.
Mm-hmm.
And then also they're like, the silence is violence. And I'm like, I don't agree with that. I've posted multiple times. If you're inherently, you shouldn't have an opinion. And maybe don't post it. And I actually think that that's great. For all the celebrities that have been silent, I'm like, fantastic. If there's one, like literally my girlfriend's like, if there's one group of people on the planet I don't want to hear their political opinions for about like geopolitical politics in a place they couldn't point to on a map, she's like, it's literally influencers. If you post outfits for a living, I don't need you to explain to me what the Gaza Strip is.
Yeah.
I'm good. I'm good.
I saw people going at DJ Khaled because I think he's Palestinian, and it's like, dude, just let the man live.
Here's the thing. I mean, it's so crazy. This makes me so angry. Inherently, you're going to have a bias, which I am fine. I'm American, so I have a bias. I'm America first.
Yeah.
Forever and always. I'm like, not my place, not my flag. But it's so funny to me because I go, inherently, if you're born on one side, you're going to be pro one side. If you're born on the other, you're pro that. And I go, isn't that perfectly fine?
Yeah.
If you're like born in Germany and you love Germany and you're like, Germany first, you know what I mean? It's like, isn't that okay? Because I'm fine with both sides loving where they're from and wanting to protect it.
Yeah.
I just never thought that my opinion would be so controversial when I say I don't think innocent people should die on either side because of their corrupt political leaders.
Yeah, it's tough to trust stuff. Where do you get your news from? Because, it's tough, right?
I was going to say, you know what? I go deep into like tons of Telegram chat rooms.
Really?
Before they get taken down. I think that is the one place you can get news. Other than that, I would say Twitter is not a bad source. Other than that, I don't watch the news. I've been on the news. If you're on the news and you're talking, you're lying. No one on the news is like inherently not biased because if you say the truth, they'll take you down or they're just not going to put you on.
Yeah.
That's why I'm like, a lot of my friends work for like news outlets and I'm like.
So when they had you on the news, were they like, you can't say this?
I mean, like, you're gonna say what gets you on the next week.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They weren't like, you can't say this, but of course there's tons of stuff you can't say.
Right.
I just think it's crazy because I'm like, as an intelligent person, there's two sides to every story. This is whole like pick a right side. I'm like, yeah, the right side of history is not always, it turns out to not be the right. But I'm just like, why can't I understand that there's both sides and like agree with both sides? But apparently like as soon as you say like, I don't stand with it. Like, first of all, how long has the U.S. like backed Israel? Like 90 plus years. And now it's like, it's one of those things where like, if I don't post an Israeli flag, then I'm just apparently just like love and just want to Hamas all day, which is like the craziest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah.
So I'm going to articulate my opinions eventually and post them. And I'm sure everyone will hate it. And it'll just piss off both sides, which is what I'm good at.
You're very opinionated. Let's go after some former beefs you had. You went after Black Lives Matter.
Yeah.
What did you say about them that pissed them off?
Which, by the way, I've had some people come at me and be like, I was so outspoken during BLM. I was to the point where I was like, oh, I'm sorry. I literally called it a terrorist organization because to me, when you are burning down cities in America, that's what that is. When you're throwing Molotov cocktails into cars and like robbing stores and looting people's homes and like inherently also going against just innocent people. Like, I'm like, that's what that is.
Yeah.
But now I have people that are ironically like, oh, where were you? I'm like, where were you? I'm sorry, I know where I was.
Yeah.
I had the balls and was doxxed and had people post my address for having those opinions. And then but they're using the same language now. They're like, you're not with us. And I go, don't bully me.
Yeah.
Don't threaten me. That's one thing I really don't like. And I'm like, it's the same thing with them. We got a bunch of not honest information. And then they burn the country down. And then they went and bought homes in Malibu around a bunch of white people who apparently are all demons, but they want to live around them.
They got me good, man. I fell for that one.
Oh, God, did you donate? Oh, God, you never donate to anything.
Yo, they got me good. I'll never make that mistake again.
I have a rule. I don't donate to anything.
Yeah?
I never will.
Even charities?
No. They're all corrupt, too.
Yeah, I heard they keep a bunch of money.
No, I went into like a deep dive on like a rabbit hole on Reddit or something about like all the good guys are just never good. And I think like that was one of those things like that money's not going. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not going where you think it is. Why would it?
For sure.
Everything else is so corrupt, but
they do good marketing. That's what it is.
Yeah, well, that's why I just have a rule. Don't ask me to post.
So
I'm not donating.
You don't donate to political candidates at all?
No.
Yeah.
They're all rich.
That's true. Yeah.
That's
Why does
crazy.
Trump? Yeah. I wonder what they spend it on because they raise tons of money for it.
Oh, God knows what they're spending it on. I was like, you don't want to know what they're spending it on, and we wouldn't be able to talk about it anyways.
Another form would be feminists. You got attacked hard by the feminists.
Yeah, I mean, women hate me online on another level.
Yeah.
Because they all call me a pick-me.
What is that?
It's like when you say things to get attention from men,
Okay.
which is the dumbest thing ever. I'm like, trust me, I'm getting attention from men either way. I don't need to side with you idiots.
Yeah.
But it's like, there's just a lot of truth to it. It's like, first of all, like, I am a woman. I understand what it's like to be one. And I agree with women. Like, it's so funny. It's like the most liberal idea. But like the whole thing of like a patriarchy, like, of course there's points to that, I believe. This society is like literally, I believe, like built by men, designed for men. And as a woman, I mean, do I think we're equal to men? No. Are we ever going to be? Not really. But at the same time, you have like this new wave of feminism that's like, yeah, just like take birth control, which makes you insane, and have a bunch of abortions, which is horrible, and do all these things. And it's like, dude, I don't want to go work. Like, I would love to like stay at home and cook and clean and be a mom and like be feminine. And it's like, I just think they did what everyone does. They just pushed it to an extreme. But it's like, I call out a lot of things that are like common sense. I think deep down, like, women do agree, but it's just easier to be like, oh, she's just a pick-me. Which is such a cop-out anyways. That's dumb as well. But I don't know. Women are more triggered because they're more emotional. Whereas men are like, yeah, I like what she has to say. That's cool.
Do you think women lie more than men?
Yeah, of course. Of course. I am a woman, and I know how much I used to lie. Now I don't, because it's like, lying's like a job. Like politicians.
Because you got to
lie
keep
for
up
a
with
living.
it. Yeah, you got to keep up with, oh, I lied about that. I got to remember that. And then it starts adding up.
Yeah, and also then like you start to lose good people in your life.
Yeah.
You start to lose good relationships, good friendships. Then you get to a point, you're like, none of us are perfect. It's easier just to be honest and be like, yeah, you know what, I kind of messed up and it sucks. But like inherently, I think women lie much more than men. I don't even think men are even witty and smart enough to lie. Of course, they're intelligent, but the way women lie is like on another level.
Yeah.
It's just different. It's different.
So women cheat more than men?
I think they do. They?
I'm asking. I don't know. I don't know.
I read something that I think like most women initiate divorce. Most women, like, I think usually it's because the woman was not loyal. I think women cheat emotionally, guys cheat physically. You know what I mean? But I do think when the women leave, they tend to like fall in love and leave, which I think, you know, is equally as painful for both sides. But
yeah,
statistically, I'm sure there's something behind that.
Yeah. Speaking of marriage, is that in the books for you? You plan on getting married?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. So you believe in the traditional family values and stuff?
Yeah. I think they want to take those things away from us because I think it like breaks us. Mm-hmm. You know, and I see like, I don't really see a lot of women like single in their like 60s that seem like super happy. You have like Chelsea Handler who like won't shut up about it, who's like the most annoying person on the planet. And it's like, if you were really happy, you wouldn't have to like shove it down people's throats constantly, how single and happy you are.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But like, of course I want to get married and I want to have kids because I think Jordan Peterson said something along the lines of like, you never really grow up until you do have children because you then inherently have to become an adult and there's something bigger than you have. You have something that is more meaningful to live for, else you're kind of just always having fun in like fantasy land. You know what I mean? And I do believe that. And I think it is worth it to try things and fail than not try at all. And now we live in a society where I see it every day. Everyone's just scared.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not going to get married. Oh, I'm not going to have kids. Oh, I'm not going to do that. It's like, what is the worst that could happen? Really? And do something meaningful that's difficult. When you do something difficult, it gives you meaning to your life. I think everyone just kind of wants to be on vacation mode for the rest of their lives. And that's just not something I don't believe that creates good, happy people.
For sure. They've done studies on retirement, and like you start degrading as soon as you
Yeah.
retire mentally.
Yeah, like, and also like you need something to live for.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't think going to Ibiza every year is worth living for. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Wherever you guys are watching this show, I would truly appreciate it if you follow or subscribe. It helps a lot with the algorithm. It helps us get bigger and better guests, and it helps us grow the team. Truly means a lot. Thank you guys for supporting, and here's the episode.